Right now at noon, a tractor trailer overturns on Baseline Boulevard in Jasper County. 4 states, will this cool weather stick around? We got the answer coming up. Plus,
former President Trump is headed to South Florida for his court arraignment tomorrow. I'm Christian Benavides in Doral, where his supporters are expected to rally at his golf course later today.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Funeral service plans are announced for former Missouri State Senator and Joplin Mayor Ron Richard. He passed away Friday morning. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Chris Warner. Richard began his political career in 1990 following his election to Joplin City Council. He was elected mayor in 1994. He joined the Missouri House of Representatives in 2003, becoming Speaker of the House in 2009 and President pro tem of the Senate in 2015. Richard's services begin tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. with a visitation at MSSU's North End Zone facility. Funeral is Wednesday at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Joplin. We do have a traffic alert for drivers in the Joplin area, specifically along I-44 at Main Street. MoDOT has announced reductions on the lane reductions on the westbound I-44 bridge over Main Street. Crews will be making repairs to the bridge's driving surface. The work will be done Monday through Friday from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Drivers are asked to slow down and be prepared for possible delays. A tractor trailer overturned, spilling 40,000 pounds of steak fries. Around 11:45 Sunday night, officials received reports of an overturned tractor trailer on Baseline Boulevard near County Road 150 in Jasper County. Officials with the Missouri State Highway Patrol say the truck was heading east on Baseline when a tire dropped off the edge, causing the truck to overturn into a ditch. Officials say the driver of the truck was not injured, and crews had the site cleared right around 6 this morning. A Sunday afternoon crash in Cherokee County takes the life of a Fort Worth man. Authorities received reports of a motorcycle crash on a rural road near Southwest 20th and Green Lawn, just south of Columbus. Preliminary information reveals a dirt bike was traveling eastbound on Southwest Green Lawn when the driver struck a dog, causing him to lose control of the motorcycle. Cherokee County Ambulance rushed the driver to Mercy Maud Norton Hospital in Columbus, where he was pronounced deceased. Next of kin have been notified. An Aurora woman dies following a crash near Mount Vernon. The crash took place near Missouri Highway 174, just 4 miles east of Mount Vernon. Authorities say 38-year-old Pamela White was traveling west when she veered off the roadway, hit a tree, and then overturned. White was pronounced dead at the scene. And a head-on crash near Columbus, taking the life of a Joplin woman. Authorities responded to the crash on US 160, about 6 miles west of Columbus. They say a pickup left the right side of the road and hit a car head-on. The driver of that car, 67-year-old Violet Knowles of Joplin, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the truck suffered minor injuries. A passenger in the truck was seriously injured. The state of Missouri releases data from a survey of substitute teachers, and the numbers come up short. The data shows districts statewide are struggling to fill substitute roles, even though the state lowered educational requirements to become a substitute. The survey doesn't show exactly what the problem is, but it provides some clues. Some experts say low pay could be a major factor, as well as not receiving enough support. State officials hope the survey will urge lawmakers to do more to solve the issue. Oklahoma lawmakers head back to the Capitol today for a special session to override some of Governor Kevin Stitt's vetoes. Those include extensions to tribal compacts on motor vehicle registration and tobacco tax collections. There appears to be enough votes to override those vetoes. Lawmakers could also discuss other bills that failed this legislative session. We've had ourselves a considerably cooler day across the 4 states. As we take a look at the MoDOT camera at 20th and Rangeline, well, it's not very bright out there because we've had mostly cloudy skies across the region, and that's helped to keep things cool. Yesterday, though, kind of the opposite. We started at 60, so a little below average, made it up to 83, so almost right at average, but still much warmer today, and thankfully nowhere near record levels. But take a look at these temperatures. This is much more like late April temperatures across the area. We've got a bunch of 70s, Nevada, Lamar, Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Iola, 73, Chanute, Neodesha, Parsons, 74, Oswego, and Miami, and we're sitting at 69 in Neosho and Carthage. Well, we're keeping an eye on, we could see an isolated shower or two later this evening, a few more showers overnight tonight. We're obviously cooler to start the week, and then these temperatures are going to begin to warm as we head through the week. We'll talk about that in your full forecast a little later. And of course, don't forget to scan that QR code or go to your favorite app store and download the KOAM Skywatch Weather app. That way, you got the latest alerts, the latest forecast, the entire Skywatch weather team right there in the palm of your hand. Well, former President Donald Trump heads to Florida today ahead of his arraignment in a Miami federal court. He's facing 37 felony criminal charges, including alleged repeated violations of the Espionage Act. Over the weekend, the former president, who is the current frontrunner in the 2024 Republican presidential field, blasted the charges. Kristen Benavidez reports from Doral, Florida.
On the campaign trail this weekend, former President Trump railed against the federal indictment as a political hit job.
This vicious persecution is a travesty of justice.
Among the 37 criminal charges Trump is facing, prosecutors say he illegally retained classified documents detailing U.S. nuclear weapons programs and documents with details about military activity and capabilities of both the U.S. and foreign countries.
If even half of it is true, then he's toast. I mean, it's a very detailed indictment. And it's very, very damning.
While Trump's former Attorney General William Barr dismissed characterizing this case as a witch hunt, Republican Senator Marco Rubio argued the indictment will cause certain harm to the country.
This will now put all of our institutions into tremendous crisis. The judge will be attacked, the process will be attacked, the Department of Justice will be attacked.
Officials here in Florida are preparing for possible protests with increased security. So far, the indictment doesn't seem to be impacting Trump's popularity with his base.
He's a very strong candidate. The more charges they put on him, the stronger he seems to get.
A CBS News poll released Sunday shows Trump continues to be the solid frontrunner in the race for the 2024 Republican nomination, with 61% support among likely GOP voters. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Doral, Florida.
In the poll, only 38% of likely Republican primary voters considered it a national security risk if Trump kept classified nuclear and military secrets, compared to 80% for the rest of the country. And that is a look at today's top stories and weather here in the first 7 minutes of the KOAM News at Noon. Coming up next, the latest on a bridge collapse in Pennsylvania following a fiery crash. And later, we're making a Mediterranean ravioli with feta in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. Pennsylvania's governor is expected to issue a disaster declaration following the collapse of a portion of Interstate 95. It's a major north-south highway that runs along the East Coast from Florida to Maine, and it'll mean months of major traffic headaches for drivers passing through Philadelphia. Janelle Burrell is in Philadelphia with the latest.
This was the inferno that commuters drove through early Sunday along I-95 in Philadelphia. Underneath an overpass, a gasoline tanker had crashed, sparking a fire so hot it brought down part of the freeway. Frank Graber says he felt the road buckle underneath him.
I felt a drop like a roller coaster. So I was like, well, it wasn't very smart because I could have fell right in the fire.
Pennsylvania's governor says it appears at least one vehicle is still in the rubble.
We're still working to identify any individual or individuals who may have been caught in the fire and the collapse.
Before Sunday's collapse, that section of I-95 handled roughly 160,000 vehicles a day. Now it's closed in both directions indefinitely for miles.
Everyone's just going to have to adjust. We're probably going to have to wake up a little earlier, show up on time.
The collapsed overpass was part of a $212 million reconstruction project that was completed 4 years ago. A team from the National Transportation Safety Board is on the ground investigating.
Our focus right now from a DOT perspective is doing everything we can do to help PennDOT get that section of I-95 up and running. Obviously for both vehicle passenger traffic and for goods movement supply chains, this is going to be a major disruption in that region, and it's really going to affect the whole Northeast.
Local officials say rebuilding this section of I-95 could take months. Janelle Burrell, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Well, still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
You can order what we're making today at some fancy Italian restaurant, but when you see how easy and budget-friendly it is to make at home, you won't need to.
But first, we've been cool today. We've got showers possible tonight, and then we're going to start to warm up. We'll take a look at your complete forecast when the KOAM News at noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So it's definitely been a cooler day across the 4 states for us today. Well below average for where we should be this time of year, but I don't think there's really anybody complaining. The only thing we're missing is a little more rainfall. And unfortunately, while we do have some shower chances out there, they're really not going to add up to that much. So let's go down the road. Here we are about 5 o'clock. We're still looking at mostly cloudy skies for a good portion of us. And as we head through the evening, we're going to see maybe some isolated to very widely scattered showers as we head into the evening hours tonight. But as you see, there's really not a lot out there. And we'll see them continue, though, at least some isolated shower chances. Here we are at 10 o'clock. We go into the overnight and early tomorrow morning, and we see a slightly, ever so slightly better chance of a few scattered showers across the area. So here we are about 3 a.m., but you can also see by the time we get to near sunrise, those showers out of here, the clouds following close behind, and that's going to let us get much warmer as we head into tomorrow. And we're going to continue to warm. Let's take a look. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line. You can see that we've got the cloudy skies. I'm not really seeing any sunshine on the roadway out there. Here at the KOAM studios, though, just north of Crestline, some mostly cloudy skies, but you can see a little bit of shadow, a little bit of sunlight trying to get through there. And we're getting a little bit of that from the KDOT camera at 69 and East 520th Avenue, just south of the city of Pittsburgh with these passing clouds. So here's a broader view. See, we're under, some of us under that shadow of the cloud, but there's little breaks allowing some sunshine in. We're otherwise, again, mostly cloudy, 70 degrees right now, so quite cool out there, and a west breeze at about 5 miles an hour. We head over to Pittsburgh. We're still, again, dealing with mostly cloudy skies, 69 right now with a calm breeze, so quite cool for this time of year. I mean, it's mild, it's pleasant temperatures. It's just for this time of year, it's cool. We got 72 Yates Center, 73 Neodesha, Chanute, Parsons, 75 in Chautauqua, trying to be one of the warm spots there, 74 Miami, and 69 Neosho, Carthage, Monette, 70 Lamar, Pittsburgh, Nevada. So again, a bit of a cool day for us. Not much more warming expected on average across the areas. Highs are only looking to go right around the mid-70s. We'll hold on to mostly cloudy skies for most of the day. We'll start transition to partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we head into the evening, and as we showed you on the future track, isolated shower or two possible. But again, I think unfortunately most of us are going to remain dry because I know we need this rain, and we truly do. And we're just not going to see that much out of this activity tonight. We get another pretty cool evening ahead of us, though, as we drop back into the upper 50s for our overnight lows. But this is it, so enjoy this while we've got it. We head into tomorrow. Once we get through those early morning, and I mean early morning showers, we're looking at partly cloudy, mostly clear skies out there. Temperatures warming into the upper 70s. So that's going to start to get pretty toasty again. Then we go Wednesday. We're going into the mid-80s. Temperatures continue to climb. Isolated storm chances Thursday, Friday, and Father's Day. But look at those temperatures starting to go up there. We're climbing now into the low 90s, and as we head toward the first day of summer next week, the first official day, take a look at that. Yeah, partly cloudy skies, temperatures upper 90s. So summer is going to arrive with a vengeance, and I mean, it's just incredible to think. And of course, I mean, it is the 4 states, so for some of us, it's not so incredible to think that we're going to go from mid-70s today to upper 90s 9 days from now. So welcome to summer in the 4 states, because it's really going to kick in the next few days. Well, we want you to stick around. You know why? Well, because we're making a Mediterranean ravioli with feta in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen right after the break. Well, if you're looking for something simple for dinner tonight, look no further, as Howard's going to show us how to make a Mediterranean ravioli with feta in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When it comes to making dinner, nothing beats a recipe that uses off-the-shelf ingredients, is easy to make, and that tastes great. That's why today we're making a dish that combines fresh veggies with a convenient frozen shortcut. It's a tasty Mediterranean classic that's weeknight easy. The first thing we do is prepare a package of frozen cheese-stuffed ravioli according to the package instructions. We'll let that drain. And in some olive oil, we'll cook fresh tomatoes and onions that we've chopped, along with some garlic, oregano, and a bit of salt and pepper. After the tomatoes start to break down a bit, we add in the cooked ravioli, fresh spinach, and a few black olives. When the spinach starts to wilt, it's ready to serve. It doesn't get any easier. A little crumbled feta cheese goes on top, and that's it. You've got a fancy tasting restaurant classic that's 5-star worthy. To get the recipe for our Mediterranean ravioli with feta, all you have to do is visit our website. As for the taste, well, the ravioli are crazy tender. The sauce is packed with flavor, and the cheese gives it just the right tang. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a rave-worthy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
That does look pretty darn good. And you can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. All you need to do is go to our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, why don't we go ahead and take a look at our four-state market prices. All right, enjoy the cool weather while we've got it today because it will not last long. Mid-70s, temperatures climbing as we head toward the end of the week into the weekend, low 90s. Maybe a storm or two Thursday, Friday, or possibly even Father's Day, but these will be isolated at best. And then we look ahead toward the first day of summer, temperatures climbing upper 90s. So summer is definitely going to arrive with a vengeance.
I guess so, right on schedule.
Yeah, right on schedule indeed. Something else that's on schedule tonight, the news at 5. What do we got?
That's right. Well, a lot at 5. For starters, striking a few poses might help prevent frailty in older adults. We're going to have details of a new study that shows yoga might help seniors. Plus, summertime poses challenges for parents. We're taking a look at the child care conundrum in the area. And a Missouri Southern program that gives high schoolers time in professional settings is getting a boost. Those stories, a lot more coming up at 5. And kudos to Chris Warner working both the anchor desk and the weather desk.
It's a lot of fun. It makes it go by faster sometimes.
I guess. Ever versatile and talented, Chris Warner.
Something like that. Dow, thank you so much. We will see you back here tonight at 5. Thanks for joining us for the news at noon.